You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, a body discovered in Grand Lake in a case authorities say is suspicious.
Also, Oklahoma Governor Stitt says spares the life of a death row inmate just before his scheduled lethal injection.
And it's going to be very beautiful sunny conditions today. And on the warmer side, I'll have a check your forecast coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Donald O'Keefe. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. Good morning.
Good morning and happy Friday. It is hard to believe this week has just flown by, it feels like. It feels like November is flying by as well. Thanksgiving's going to be here before we know it. And I think part of that's because it does not feel like November.
It does not feel like November. As you probably noticed waking up this morning, temperatures are definitely well above average, and that's what's made this week so enjoyable because of how warm it's been.
But like we said, the holidays are quickly approaching, and a Miami Walmart manager's Christmas spirit lives on through the Chuck Stott's Big Santa Christmas program. In this week's Doing Good segment, we meet the people keeping his dream alive, that every child deserves a Christmas. KOAM's Ty Parks reports.
6'9", just a mountain of a man, but had the heart that wanted to just serve everybody.
Chuck Stotts managed the Miami Walmart for 30 years. He loved watching children enjoy the holiday season and believed every child deserves a Christmas. The Chuck Stotts Big Christmas program is ready to keep his spirit alive.
One of our goals when we set out to do this was to give some dignity back to the parents. It was really important to us that they didn't come pick up a trash bag full of items that may or may not be something their kid would want to open on Christmas morning.
The program would not be possible without the community coming together.
Businesses show up for us and they donate and they collect toys. Our community volunteers for us, and everyone here just has an incredible servant's heart.
Families are encouraged to sign up soon. The only requirement is to be a resident of Ottawa County. Volunteers will transform the Miami Civic Center gym into a toy store on pickup day.
We wanted it to be something where they didn't feel like giving Christmas to their kids was taken away from them. They still had the ability to go and pick out their kids' toys from them and from Santa and take them home and wrap them and put them under their tree.
Keeping Chuck Stott's Christmas dream alive in Miami, Oklahoma. Ty Parks, KOAM News.
There will be another sign up for the Big Santa Christmas program this Monday from 3 to 7 p.m. at the Miami Civic Center. Well, it's just such an important cause, and it's great to see the community stepping up to honor that legacy as well.
Definitely. I mean, we're getting close to that Halloween has already passed, that holiday season that we're approaching. Thanksgiving is upon us, Christmas is upon us, but it's not really feeling like Thanksgiving or even getting close to the holiday season because we're having nice warm temperatures right now. Let's take a look at downtown Pittsburgh right now. We can see the sun starting to come up, show its colors, and like I was saying, temperatures are not feeling like it is November. Just don't forget, it is November, even though it doesn't feel like it. Temperatures this morning are in the mid-50s to the 60s. I'll show that in a minute. 7th and Range Line, nice sunrise, beautiful colors out there. It's feeling really good. You probably might need a light jacket as you're out the door, but I would say it's going to come off pretty quickly as we get through the morning. All right, take a look at our fog tracker. We do have some spotty fog down by Cassville, just a little over 7 miles of visibility. Also up in Iola, 5.5 miles of visibility. So if you guys are driving through any of that area, just be careful. The fog is a little bit dense in that area. So this is what I was talking about. The temperatures, it does not feel like a November morning. Mid-50s to the lower 60s. 54 in Sedan. So you guys are on the cooler side. 61 in Joplin and 60 in Miami. It's feeling really good as you're waking up and getting outside. Let's take a look at our future track. Today at noon, the reason why southerly, nice warm winds. We're going to have some clouds that will start to dissipate through the afternoon and into the evening time, but it's going to be on the windy side as well. But an overall nice Friday, mostly sunny skies, and on the warmer side, our high is going to get up to about that 78-degree mark, about that 2 to 3 o'clock hour. And like I said, a little bit on the windier side as well. Winds out of the south about 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 25. But overall, mostly sunny skies and a beautiful warm day. And that 78 could either tie or break a record high that's been standing since the 60s. We'll see once we get to the afternoon. But that's to check your first forecast. More coming up.
Thanks, Donald. Crawford County residents pack a public hearing Thursday night to voice their concerns about a multi-million-dollar solar project. The heated discussion centers on whether to annex county land into Mulberry for the controversial development. KOAM's Blake Gulley has been following the debate and joins us with the latest.
I'm inside the Crawford County Courthouse where the Board of Commissioners held a public meeting to hear from residents sharing their concerns for and against the proposal for the annexation that would bring solar farms to Mulberry.
Mulberry needs this.
During the public meeting, emotions ran high at times as the Board of Commissioners heard from community members and city leaders. Supporters say the annexation could bring new revenue to Mulberry, and they want nearby landowners to be a part of the conversation.
Being a good neighbor is trying to make property owners adjacent to this annexation happy. With privacy fence, trees, shrubs, we want to hear from the landowners adjacent to the annexation property to make it work for everyone. Mulberry needs this.
But others in the courtroom pushed back, saying their concerns aren't just about the solar project, but how the annexation was brought forward.
This is not a good deal. There's pro-solar and there's people that are against it. This particular night tonight is not about the solar, whether we like it or whether we don't. This is about somebody that tried to go around the fact that our county commissioners are working on something and try to make it happen by themselves. If this is allowed to pass, then this affects the entire state. And this is something that we all have to stop, and we all have to put it, voice our opinions tonight to make it stop.
During the public meeting, the Board of Commissioners made no comment. In Girard, Blake Gulley, KOAM News.
Authorities investigate a suspicious death after a body is found in Grand Lake. The body was found in the water by Cowskin Bridge near Highway 10 and 250th Road Thursday morning. That's the Elk River arm of Grand Lake. The Delaware County Sheriff's Office, Quapaw Marshal Service, and Monkey Island Fire Department assisted. Emergency vehicles were still at the scene late Thursday afternoon. They included someone from the medical examiner's office. Law enforcement boats were on the water, and authorities apparently spent hours recovering the body. Our reporter Shannon Becker was on scene. You can look for his updates on our website, KOAMNewsNow.com. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt has spared the life of a death row inmate just before he was set to receive a lethal injection, commuting a man's sentence to life in prison without parole. Stitt formally granted clemency to 46-year-old Tremaine Wood, who was scheduled to die for the stabbing death of a man during a robbery in 2002. The victim was Ronnie Whitt, a 19-year-old migrant farm worker from Montana. It's just the second time the Republican governor has granted clemency during his nearly 7 years in office. Stitt previously rejected clemency recommendations in 4 other cases. A total of 16 men have been executed during Stitt's time in office. Now you can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, and sports with the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. It's available on Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV Plus, and Roku. The player is also available on our news and weather apps, as well as our website. Watch live streaming anytime, absolutely free. That's the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. One Kansas family will be celebrating Christmas early this year. Their 14-year-old son is battling a terminal illness, and they fear he may not make it to the holiday. As Keenan Penn reports, they're now turning to the community to help make it extra special.
Christmas has always been special for us. This year, it's about AJ.
This is Jessica Yell and her 14-year-old son, AJ. At birth, AJ was diagnosed with tuberous sclerosis, a condition that causes benign tumors to form around the skin and internal organs. But 2 years ago, he was diagnosed with stage 4 PEComa, a rare and aggressive form of cancer.
At the beginning of October, the tumor had tripled in size within just a matter of weeks. Don't know why, but it just stopped responding to treatment.
The family then getting devastating news.
They told us we had less than 6 months. I don't know if I've truly accepted it, and I don't know if I ever will. He's my baby. I don't know what it's going to be like without him, and I don't want to imagine a future without him.
The Yale family now looking to make every moment a sweet one.
We are looking to get to Christmas. That is our goal.
Now asking the community for one thing.
You know, if we can just get Christmas cards, that'll just bring us a little bit more joy.
One from each of the 50 states.
He's a special kid. He don't deserve what is happening to him now, but he deserves love from people.
And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, we get a preview on a new exhibit coming to the Joplin Public Library focused on Indigenous representation in American culture, art, and commerce. Well, welcome back. I'm joined here this morning with Austin and Barry, here to tell us about an exciting exhibit coming up called The Culture and Color, Native American Heritage Through Art coming up. Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having us, yeah.
So what can you tell us about this exhibit that's coming up?
So this is our third year back at the Joplin Public Library. We're grateful to be invited back again. This year we're going to do a more contemporary art piece here. The past couple of years we've had important anniversaries of our treaty and our 150th anniversary of our powwow. And this year we want to just do more of an artistic expression instead of a more traditional museum exhibit.
You know, I think as times change, the way people learn change, and I think that's our approach this year is we tried to incorporate history. You know, sometimes you go to museums and it's just old pictures, and we thought we would take that approach and mix it with maybe some pop culture, contemporary art, and present it in a different style. And you know, like I said, people learn different these days, and we thought we'd try a different technique to maybe share the artistic style with, and I guess. Say trick people into learning and having a good time. The whole goal is to get people into the libraries and fund our libraries and have thought-provoking discussions and share stories with the community.
Amazing. I think you were saying earlier this is the third year you guys have held it here at Joplin?
Yes.
Amazing. So what's the response been like to this so far?
It's been great. You know, like anything else, when you start out and it's the first time you've tried something and I guess if this were a restaurant, we would call it a fusion restaurant. I guess is fusion style art. We're kind of like, well, we'll see how this goes. But so far it's been overwhelmingly amazing, and so far it's been a success. But it's kind of dependent on people coming out next week, and we hope it's a large crowd. We've invited people from Quapaw Nation and the elders to come out and share their stories with the community, because I mean the history and the stories and the community and the culture are so important, because if they don't share them, we don't write them down, and they're gone, then they're gone forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, that was going to be kind of my next question. You know, why is an exhibit like this so important for you guys to hold and, you know, invite people to come out to?
Yeah, it's absolutely, like I said, if you don't document and share these stories in the community, because it's everybody's community. You know, Native American history is American history, and you will find some of the best, most interesting people. When you talk to them, you learn their stories and you learn their side, and you get to share a little bit about yourself. You're going to walk away a better person. So these, like I said, these are a few pieces that'll be on display. You know, in the vein of Andy Warhol, right here. A lot of Native communities you can't support. You know, you can't buy Campbell soup, so we had the commodities. Next year is, of course, you're going to be inundated with a lot of Route 66 anniversary stuff, but this is a Keith Haring inspired piece that documents that, and it was an actual Route 66 tourist site between Quapaw, Oklahoma and Baxter Springs, where Native tribal members actually danced for a quarter a day up in the 50s and 60s to tourists. So like I said, it's the fusion of the pop culture and the artistic styles and the actual history that we're going to present. And like I said, hopefully it creates some thought-provoking and interesting conversations.
Amazing. These are clearly such beautiful and meaningful pieces. So for people wanting to see them firsthand, you know, when and where is this exhibit?
It's going to be Thursday, November 20th at 5:30 p.m. Please come by and support the Joplin Public Library, get some refreshments, some snacks, and learn a little bit about the Quapaw culture.
That's right. People say there's never anything to do in the community. This is a great and wonderful event, and it's free.
Perfect. Is there a website you guys have where people can go to learn more information as well, or?
Yeah, you can either check out social media, Quapaw Nation, the Quapaw Post, Ogapa Communications, or just check with the library. I think the library has all the information. But pretty simple. Next week, we'll see you there.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Well, we're starting off our weekend really nice and beautiful. Taking a look at downtown Pittsburgh, you can see the sun has risen. Temperatures are starting to warm, which is unseasonably warm. And don't forget, it is November, but it doesn't feel like November right now. 7th range line, beautiful colors out there for our sunrise. There is going to be some relatively lingering clouds through the morning, but it's going to be mostly sunny. Range line 944 from our MoDOT cam. Not looking too bad. So people are starting to get out, get their morning routines going. And our fog tracker doesn't look too bad for most of the area, particularly along I-44, but down in Cassville, you guys do have a patch of fog, just over 7 miles of visibility. Iola, about 5.5 miles of visibility, and Yates Center, about just over 7 miles of visibility. So if you're in any of those areas, make sure you're driving safe because there is some fog in that area, but pretty much along I-44 it looks pretty good. Let's talk about why it's been so warm over the last couple days and why it's going to continue to be warm through the weekend. Our regional temperatures has nice, beautiful, southerly warm winds coming into our area. They're going to be dominating today and tomorrow, but you do notice a little bit of winds coming out of the northwest, and that wind shift will eventually move in this weekend, but right now through Saturday and into Sunday will be dominated by those nice southerly winds. All right, associated with these nice warm temperatures we're having, it is going to be on the gustier side as well. We're going to see wind gusts about 25 miles an hour to up to maybe 30 miles an hour for today. So even though it's going to be on the warmer side, we still can see some winds, but don't let that deter you from getting out and enjoying a beautiful Friday and Saturday as well. So take a look at our future track. Today at noon, there's some clouds I was talking about. It's going to be very spotty though, and those clouds will start to dissipate through the afternoon. Nice warm southerly winds will warm up the area. There's some of those winds like I was talking about, but overall a very nice Friday afternoon and a Friday evening into the overnight. As you can see, the clouds start to dissipate, but by the time we get to about Saturday morning at about 5 a.m., right about there, we can see still the nice warm southerly winds, still some patchy clouds as you're waking up. If you wake up that early on Saturday morning, it's up to you, 5, 6 o'clock. And as you progress through Saturday morning about noon, there's some more winds that are going to be coming out of the southwest, still nice and warm with some patchy clouds here and there. But those will clear out through Saturday afternoon. And then there's that wind shift I was talking about, a blend of some south winds and some northwest winds as well. But it's going to be overall a nice Friday and a Saturday. But here's the main story. Today, right now, our temperatures mid-50s to lower 60s across the area. 61 in Joplin, 54 in Sedan. You guys are on the cooler side, but overall a nice morning to be waking up to. Our current conditions in Joplin, 60 degrees. It's feeling really good. You could probably put on a jacket, but you probably won't have it on very long because we're going to see 61 at 8 a.m., warming up to 71 degrees at 11 a.m., mostly sunny skies through our morning, and our day looks pretty good, warming up to 78 degrees today, despite it being a little bit windy, and that'll be about the 2 to 4 o'clock hours when we're going to see that 78 degree high. Overnight, comfortable temperature, 62 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, still on the windier side, but it's going to be a really nice day and a really nice night. So 78 degrees for today, 79 for Saturday, 68 on Sunday. It cools down just a tad bit. And you can see on Monday we get up to 72, but a front's going to be pushing in and bringing some cooler temperatures by about Tuesday, and then those rain chances will also be there as well. But don't take for granted this beautiful weather that we're going to have through the weekend. That to check your full forecast. More news and weather coming up after the break.
For a primarily flightless bird, economists say turkey prices this year are soaring. While there will be enough supply for consumers, you may want to start hunting down deals. Fox News' Kevin Uretsky shows us how to save.
Turkey prices have been through the roof.
With Thanksgiving approaching, agriculture and economic experts are recommending consumers use this time to shop around for the best deals on turkeys, citing higher prices for this year's holiday birds.
If we look at the wholesale market for a whole bird, that 10 to 15 pound hen, we're looking at prices at wholesale this time of the year about $1.62 per pound versus 99 cents a year ago.
According to Dr. David Anderson of Texas A&M University, a number of factors are playing into the price increases, including lower production as farmers face declines in overall demand, combined with impacts on the industry from bird flu outbreaks.
We're producing less turkey. In fact, turkey production's down about 8% this year compared to last year. And now you throw HPAI in on top of that, and all of a sudden we've got a lot tighter supplies.
But while wholesale prices are flying the coop, Dr. Anderson says shoppers can explore what deals the retail grocery stores in their area are offering.
Or when you go there at Thanksgiving to get that turkey, the price is often a lot more driven by specials and features, and you spend some money on your basket of items that go with the turkey and you get a discount on the turkey.
Other strategies to help gobble up the savings ahead of Thanksgiving also include
fresh birds are typically more expensive than the frozen ones. So there's one right there. You know, sometimes too, when you get right up close to Thanksgiving, you get even a better deal on that frozen turkey. But the problem is you got to get it thawed in time to cook it, right?
Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
Another 30 minutes of news and weather is coming your way after the break.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KWM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:30. I'm Samantha Walker. Congress is pushing forward on a vote that would force the Justice Department to release all of its files related to Jeffrey Epstein. House Speaker Mike Johnson announced the vote next week, just hours after President Trump ignored questions about the sex offender. This comes after the House Oversight Committee released 20,000 documents and emails Wednesday, including ones that mention Trump. The president has not been accused of any crimes related to Epstein. If the House passes the measure, it would still need Senate approval and the president's signature, which appears very unlikely. The White House is floating the idea of allowing homeowners to take their mortgage with them when they move. Fox News Chief Washington correspondent Mike Emanuel has the details.
First, it was a 50-year mortgage. Now the Trump administration says it's exploring the idea of portable mortgages as it moves to tackle the housing affordability crisis. The suggestion was floated Wednesday in a social media post by Bill Pulte, the head of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. It would essentially allow homeowners to sell their houses and buy a new one while keeping their original mortgage rate. But some business leaders say it's a bad idea because it's unlikely rates will drop below 6% anytime soon.
We had this small period of 25 years where rates dropped below 5%, and everybody thought that was going to be the future forever. And now we struggle to go back. That will never get there.
The White House wouldn't comment specifically on Pulte's proposal, but in a statement, a spokesperson told Fox News, quote, President Trump is always exploring new ways to improve housing affordability for everyday Americans. It comes just one day after the president floated a different way to lower housing costs, allowing buyers to purchase a 50-year mortgage.
This is a proposal that the president himself has commented on, and it's something that the administration is discussing and seriously looking into.
And the administration says more affordable housing proposals are in the pipeline.
We're going to be making recommendations to the president about the whole suite of housing policies.
The White House is also considering allowing assumable loans where homeowners can take over the seller's mortgage rate. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Now here's Donald with a look at your forecast.
It's going to be a wonderful end to our work week and a wonderful start to our weekend. Take a look at downtown Pittsburgh. Nice sunny skies. It is starting to warm up through this morning. 7th range line, beautiful colors out there. People are starting to get out the door, get their morning routines going, driving to work. Range line I-44, excuse me, looking pretty good for our MoDOT cam. Like I said, people are starting to get out the door. But if you are driving in Iola and through Yates Center, there is some fog out there right now. Iola is just under 5 miles of visibility and Yates Center just under 7. So there is fog there, and also some fog down in Cassville as well, just over 7 miles of visibility. But through I-44 looks pretty good. Just if you're in those other little towns there, just make sure you're driving careful. Our temperatures are the big story today and tomorrow, but right now our temperatures 54 degrees in Sedan. You guys are on the cooler-ish side, but in Joplin 61 degrees. Same thing in Grove, so it's definitely not feeling like a November morning at this very moment. Our future track for today, let's say at noon, there's those nice southerly winds bringing in that nice warm air, some spotty clouds, and then those clouds will start to dissipate as we progress through Friday afternoon. A little bit on the windier side though, but those temperatures are going to feel really good, and by about the early parts of our late or our evening time, not too bad. Winds are going to calm down, just some spotty clouds out there, but we are going to reach 78. We're going to hope to reach about 78 degrees, which will come close to tying the record or breaking the record that's been held since the 60s. So we'll see, but like I said, we are going to be a little bit windy today, gusting up to 25 miles an hour, but that's the first look at your forecast. More coming up.
Thanks, Donald. Watered Gardens held their 13th annual Empty Bowls fundraiser at Suzanne's Natural Foods in Joplin. KWM's Kenny Foreman explains the unique connection the event brings with soup and pottery.
Whether you're an art collector or simply a soup lover, there's something for everyone.
I'll tell you what, the more I look, the less decisive I become, because then I want them all. And the cozies are adorable too.
For the second straight year, the fundraiser was held at Suzanne's, giving shoppers the opportunity to enjoy some soup in their new bowls, with the proceeds helping to fight hunger.
I'm very passionate about these, and I was just open to helping and doing it here. And I have a wonderful facility that seems to be handling the amount of people.
Having a space where they can not only showcase their own artwork, but be able to give back to a good cause in the process makes the event very appealing for local potters to participate in.
When I first got here today, someone was holding one of my bowls, and I introduced myself as the potter, and they were very excited and wanted to know if I did more of that style of pottery. So it was very exciting to talk to somebody. As a potter, one, helping people is what we do to the core, and two, we just believe in community, and our biggest thing is to have our work in someone's home that will love it.
And Watered Gardens is thankful for everyone who helped make it possible.
We love how it brings people together. We appreciate all the restaurants that donate. We appreciate all the artists that make bowls, the sponsors that help underwrite some of the costs. It's a wonderful event that keeps growing year after year, that just brings the community together over a bowl of soup and a beautiful piece of pottery.
In Joplin, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
Joplin Sam's Club continues its incredible streak of giving back to the local children. Thursday, officials presented a check for more than $64,000 to Freeman Health System, our region's Children's Miracle Network hospital. The money will help 200 Joplin area children and families with prescription costs, travel assistance, and life-saving medical treatments. For the 8th straight year, Joplin Sam's Club has led all 600 company locations nationwide in Children's Miracle Network funding. Though the government shutdown is over, there's still work to be done to get back to business as usual. Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen reports.
The 6-week stalemate is over. Now there's a mad dash to undo the damage. 1.25 million government employees went without pay since October 1st. 10,000 flights were canceled in the past week, and many missed crucial food benefits. The economy as a whole is also expected to take a hit.
We're looking at GDP in the fourth quarter about 1.5% lower than it would have been if we didn't have the shutdown.
Federal workers should expect to be made whole within a week. Some TSA employees received a $10,000 bonus for their sacrifice.
For stepping up, taking on extra shifts, for showing up each and every day.
Air traffic controllers could get bonuses too, with flights expected to return to normal before the holidays. But there was a staffing shortage long before the shutdown.
They may be dissatisfied with the job, so time will tell.
Democrats believe it was all worth the fight trying to extend health care subsidies.
And we certainly support our hardworking federal employees, but at the same period of time, we're in the midst of a health care crisis that Republicans have created.
They're hoping Republicans will work with them over the next 2 months.
We can have policy conversations about the issues that affect our country. But holding our troops hostage, not paying our federal employees, never the appropriate way to try to get something done.
If no deal is reached, new ACA premiums will take effect on January 1st. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
Well, coming up next, Russia's first AI-powered humanoid robot stumbles and falls face down during its debut in Moscow. Well, welcome back. We've got Shannon Becker in the studio with his big 3 stories of the week. Good morning, Shannon.
Good morning, and you are well, I'm sure?
Yes, well, thank you so much for joining us.
I can't believe it's so warm again.
Yes,
I love it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I love it.
It does not feel like mid-November.
It's like Donald is some kind of magical little weather person. You know, he brings it all with him, you know.
He's been good luck on the morning.
Yeah.
Chris is on a much-deserved vacation, so grateful to have him.
Take a look at the big 3 stories this week. KOAM News Now, what's happening live and local where you live. A SWAT operation on East Valley Street. This happened late Saturday night. Right after the Ronald McDonald House tree lighting, I got phone calls from a lot of people in the neighborhood said, hey, the SWAT MRAP tank is out here. They did a contain and call out. It didn't take very long, and the people came out of the residence. We understand it was a search warrant for stolen goods, stolen items. They had a list of things that possibly could have been stolen inside that residence. We have not heard anything as of yet. No one was arrested that night. There were quite a few people detained inside the home that does not have electricity or running water. Very bizarre. Our number 2 story, Joplin News First. This was yesterday. We spent some time, obviously, near Cowskin Bridge on the Grand Lake of the Cherokees. A fisherman discovered a body in the water near Cowskin Bridge. We were there as Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. There's the Oklahoma Medical Examiner arrived there, Delaware County Sheriff's Office, and the GRDA. They took a lot of trips back and forth this one area almost directly underneath the bridge, and then finally about probably 4:30, it appeared that they brought the last of whatever they were transporting back and forth. Obviously some evidence and stuff. We've got more details on our website. You can take a look at that KOAM News Now, that developing story. Our number one KOAM News Now story is another investigation. This is the Missouri State Fire Marshal says there's a criminal investigation according to a house fire, after a house fire that occurred north of the Joplin city limits in the county. It's a little area called New Addition. Just traditionally it's been called. It's behind the Home Pro on North Main Street. No one was injured in this fire, but there was a male causing a disturbance that left the area as the fire started. And we have not heard back yet if they've arrested anyone, or a little bit further we'll have to follow up on that story. And our bonus story, it seems like everybody's been talking about the Northern Lights. Did you get to see them? You were probably asleep.
Yes, Donald and I are both very ashamed to admit
like
that
good,
we missed it.
good
but
kids.
The photos are incredible.
Yeah, it really was bizarre. I mean, I've seen them before, but they say this is once in like every 20 or 30 years it would happen. That first night, they were just so vibrant. You could see them with the naked eye. I mean, I took most of these pictures here, just north of town, near Waco, if you want to call it. There's a little town out there north of, like near Carl Junction. And there's some of the, what do you call them? The windmills. Kind of hard to see there, but up in Barton County, I took some of those pictures as well.
Or the turbines.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, I do this news thing, just got to figure out what those things are, one of these days. It's our big three, KOAM News Now this week. That's our bonus story.
Well, thank you so much, Shannon. We always love having you in the studio. We'll be right back.
It's going to be a wonderful end to our work week and nice start to our Friday morning. Downtown Pittsburgh, you can see nice sunny skies on the warmer side this morning, which does not feel like November. Don't forget, it is November, but it certainly does not feel like it. 7th range line, beautiful colors as the sun starts to rise. Nice warm temperatures starting to build in. Range line 944 from our MoDOT cam. People are out getting their morning coffee, driving to work. Not too bad conditions. There is some fog, though, up in Iola, just under 7 miles of visibility. Yates Center, just over 7 miles of visibility, and also down in Cassville about 7.5 miles of visibility. So if you guys are in any of those areas, just make sure you're driving careful because it is a bit foggy out there, but everywhere along I-44 looks pretty good for driving conditions if you're getting out driving to work. All right, let's talk about why it's been so warm over the last few days and why that warm trend will continue through today and also into tomorrow. Our regional temperature map has some nice southerly warm winds coming into our area that's going to stick around through today and into tomorrow, and those will dominate through the weekend. But what we do notice, there is some northwesterly winds that will be making their way in gradually by about Sunday into Monday, but right now those nice warm winds are sticking around and heating us up to record-setting temps possibly as well. But also associated with those nice warm temps is a little bit of wind for today too. We're going to see wind gusts about 25, maybe even hitting about 30 miles an hour today. So just make sure you're outside. If you have anything outside like furniture, just make sure you tie it down because it will be a little bit windy out there. But don't let that deter you from how great this weather is going to be on the sunny and warm side. Let's take a look at our future track today at noon. So there is some clouds that will be coming in through the morning, but those clouds will start to dissipate as we progress through Friday afternoon. Partly cloudy skies, mostly sunny skies, I would have to say. Nice southerly flow of wind, or of nice warm wind, and they'll also be a little bit windy. But as we progress through Friday night into the evening and into Saturday morning, we're going to see some clouds start to build in just a little bit. Still a nice southerly flow of wind. It's going to be a nice Saturday morning. And as we progress through Saturday morning, still a little bit of clouds, but the winds are going to start picking up again, as you can see, coming out of the southwest. So another windy day for our Saturday, but mostly sunny skies. And then by about the afternoon time, we'll see sunny skies, but then there's that wind shift. This is tomorrow, Saturday at 6 o'clock. You can see that wind shift now coming out of the northwest with a little bit of blending of those south winds. So still going to be a nice Saturday, but a little bit windy, and then that wind shift comes in. But here's the main story. Our temperatures right now feel really good. 54 in Sedan, and then 61 in Joplin, 63 already in Grove. It's starting to warm up, and it's not feeling like November. So our current conditions in Joplin, 60 degrees, nice sunny skies. It's going to be a wonderful day out here. So here's our morning. 61 degrees at 8 8 a.m. Sunny skies through the morning, warming up to 71 degrees by 11 a.m. And our high for today is going to be 78 degrees, which is going to come close to tying a record that was set in the 60s, and it could possibly break if we can get past 78 and 79 degrees. And it's going to be a wonderful day, even though on the windier side. For tonight, not too bad either. 62 degrees for overnight low. Nice and comfortable as you're probably going out for an evening walk. Let's take a look at our 10-day here. 78 degrees for today, 79 for tomorrow. It's going to also break a record as well back in the 60s. And then by about Sunday, it cools down a bit. Monday, a system will push through, cooling things down. And then there is rain chances again by the middle part of next week. But let's not take for granted this beautiful weekend that we have ahead of us. That's a look at your full weather. Another check of news and weather coming up.
Movies, streaming, and celebrity news now.
Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
Princess Rosalina, you're coming with me.
Captain Marvel herself, Brie Larson, plays another overpowered super being in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Nintendo revealed the title and casting in a live stream, and the trailer racked up more than 1 million views in its first 4 hours on YouTube. The animated adventure is due in theaters April 3rd.
This is something you did, and everything you lost, everything you're about to lose. You ready? You deserve to lose it.
Response officers Grace, Annie, and Tommy face the facilitators of Belfast organized crime in the new season of Blue Lights. The show won this year's BAFTA TV Award for Best Drama Series. Season 3 of Blue Lights premieres on BritBox today. It's a big day for Whoopi Goldberg. The EGOT winner, comedian, author, and TV personality turns 70 years old today. Happy birthday, Whoopi Goldberg. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for that new Mario movie?
I'm honestly at an 11.
You are?
I'm over 10. I'm at 11 because I grew up in the 90s, a little dating myself there, but I played Nintendo pretty much my childhood, and Mario was one of those games that I just loved as a kid. And even as an adult now, I will still go and watch those movies and just enjoy it so incredibly much.
I still have the same version of Mario Party 8 that I got when I was 7 years old, and we still play that. So, I haven't seen the first Mario, but I feel like I need to now.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, it was such a big deal at the time, and I think that's why they're making this new one, because there's Nintendo fans, especially Mario fans, are going to love this new movie. And I actually might play the Galaxy games again just before this movie comes out to get a refresher of the story.
Well, as much as people are loving this movie, they're also probably loving the weather that we're having as well.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's definitely feeling really nice and warm outside. Today, we're going to get up to 78 degrees. Tomorrow, 79. So for tomorrow, the record that was set back in 1960 was 77 degrees. So if we reach 79 degrees tomorrow on Saturday, that will break a record. And then we cool down a little bit on Sunday as a front starts to push through on Monday, bringing rain chances back to us by the middle part of next week, and a little bit cooler temperatures, but we'll start to see. I really don't want to take for granted these beautiful temperatures we're going to have through the weekend.
We'll be back with more news and weather after this.
It's going to be a wonderful Friday, getting up to 78 degrees, nice and sunny skies. Saturday as well, 79. We might even see 80 on Saturday before things start to cool down by the first part of next week, when rain chances will return by about one day through Wednesday. But I don't want to take for granted this beautiful weather we're going to have today and through Saturday, because we are definitely above average for our highs and record-setting highs as well, specifically on that Saturday. So enjoy it while it's here before November shows up again next week.
Well, while our temperatures right now may not be falling, the first Russian humanoid robot powered by artificial intelligence stumbled on stage during its debut walkout in Moscow and landed face down. Adol, as designers named the robot, attempted to raise its right arm and wave to the audience, but appeared to lose balance and fell over face down on stage. 2 human assistants who accompanied Adol on stage rushed to help it up. The developers claim that Adol is able to perform 3 basic human functions: move on its feet, manipulate objects, and communicate with humans.
Well, as you can see from the robot, it definitely did fall, but I mean, we're moving so far with AI and these robots, it's amazing, but the temperatures, like you were saying, are not going to be falling today and tomorrow.
Well, we'll enjoy it while we have it.
Thank you so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We'll be back with more news and weather at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.